So the key worker service is support for males aged 16 to 30 in the Berwick borough area. The post itself is funded by the Violence Reduction Unit and we're hosted by RISE, and the office is hosted within the Berwick Community Trust. So the role's been running for about a year now, and the first year I found almost 3/4 of the men I supported presented with mental health difficulties. We've been covering poverty, debt, there was quite extreme poverty, eating disorders, learning disabilities. There's been quite a range. Nobody comes into the service where it's just one issue. There's a recent one that I had, it was one guy who was purely mental health, but I ended up working with 12 organisations to try and get him through what was going on.
The RISE key worker role came about from some partnership discussions with RISE around what can we do to effectively engage with potentially marginalised young males in an area that often gets overlooked, like Berwick. So we realised that there's a lot of vulnerabilities in Berwick, and I think sometimes there's a lot of lack of opportunities for individuals who are actually suffering for a range of different problems and issues that could lead them into further vulnerability. So we decided that we needed to develop a key worker together that could work within Berwick, understand the landscape, connect effectively with the individuals, so have a little bit of that lived experience, a little bit of that experience of how difficult it could be to navigate services or what some of those barriers may be for people to access services, and develop a project that could really connect with that local community in Berwick.
My name is Becky Murray, I'm the Operations Director at Berwick Community Trust. We're a local charity and our mission is to make Berwick a place in which people want to live, work and relax. So we run a number of projects, the food bank, the Here For You project, which is about supporting people into employment, benefits advice and guidance, helping people with any electronic forms they're struggling with, and actually it's a place where people just come for information. We work with Jackie from RISE around supporting her customers but also supporting our customers. So Jackie's situated in our building and we host her. That's tremendously beneficial because we can sort of cross-pollinate, if you like. So people who come and see Jackie may have a need for support around benefits or employment, and rather than losing that moment, Jackie can just phone upstairs. If there's somebody available, we'll see them then and there. If not, we'll make an appointment then and there. So that's an instant reaction to what's needed. And similarly, if we have customers that we feel will benefit from having a conversation with Jackie, we can do that piece of work the other way around. And I say, because we're all under one roof, it makes it very accessible, very easy, and it reduces that need for people to have to tell their story multiple times, so it becomes very effective. Having Jackie here has been tremendous because there's never been services specifically targeted at young men within our area. Berwick traditionally has been quite poor in terms of the resources available and projects that have been on the go, so this has been great. Working together with Jackie and all the other organisations that we both work with, so having a very joined up and holistic approach just works really well for us. It's the seamless nature of working together in the same building that allows us to address all of the issues, because there is never just one issue.
So the service has been going for about a year now, and what's apparent is the one-to-one support service is definitely needed for the young males. Been busy from day one and continues to be. The other side of it is about gathering feedback, consultation to inform what kind of groups, clubs we would like to see in the town. We've already established one with the Andy's Man Club, and we'd like to see more about what they would like for themselves and how we can run it in a sustainable manner. And also what I'm finding is, because I've got working with young men, I'm also working with young dads, and that's leading us into more family orientated activities, holiday schemes, that kind of thing. So there's a definite good pathway of working together to raise the awareness of services that are in Berwick and making them better. We're working with someone within Northumberland County Council, somebody in mental health, a lot of voluntary and community organisations within the Berwick town. What it does is it helps us all work together and providing like a seamless service, because being with the partners that I've got, it makes it quicker and more efficient for them. We're not waiting around 10 weeks on a waiting list. Things can happen a lot quicker, which I've found works working with men. Overall objective is just providing that support service for men, taking away that isolation that a lot of them have found themselves in, and removing the barriers that they feel are there to either get them back into work or just being part of the community again. So definitely that, but raising the awareness of what is already in the town and utilising it to its best effect.
Andy's Man Club has had a big impact on Berwick. There's a lot of people I've seen through the door that I've seen lots of times before, but you wouldn't expect there was anything untoward with them. They didn't think they would have any mental problems or issues. But when they come through the door and they open up in Andy's Man Club, it's surprising what they come out with, and the impact that they have on the rest of the group is brilliant. Everybody shares everything. Jackie's involvement in Andy's Man Club in Berwick's been brilliant. She does a hell of a lot of the advertising. You're going to be Berwick and there'll be flyers somewhere where you think, well, who put them there? That must have been Jackie. You know, she's always on the go, and I meet up with her quite regularly. We have a bit of chat about different issues. It's maybe something that I need to ask a question on. So, and she's always there. She's always there to answer or to try and answer the questions.
Hello, my name's Isabel. I am the director of the club that you're in at the moment. Jackie approached me last year and came with an idea for Andy's Man Club, which I grabbed with both hands. She came and asked if we had a space that they could use, and did also say we don't have any funding. I said that's not a problem. This is something that needs to be addressed. So I willingly said yes, you can use the community end. I think it's something that has to be addressed, and certainly was more than willing to give them the space. Men's mental health is a massive issue that men don't talk about, and this is certainly, it gives them the chance to do that. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
So myself and Jackie work quite closely together with some of our service users. So Jackie has referred her service users to me, and I've referred some of my patients to her as well. I think it works really well because we're both looking at different aspects of that patient's functioning. So Jackie can see quite a holistic approach, and a lot of the patients wouldn't have even got to me if it wasn't for Jackie supporting them to actually make that contact. I think Jackie's position has made a huge impact in Berwick. There was a big gap that was needing, young males needing support. There is no other service that does what Jackie does. She supports with every aspect of their functioning, looking at social, emotional, productivity, every aspect of their lives, and supports them really practically as well.
I think for me, the Rise Berwick project is quite innovative. We have a lot of support in Berwick and for families, but when it comes down to males working, getting support in Berwick, it's actually, there's not a lot of resources there. So I think we've been really lucky to have this pilot running in Berwick, supporting males 16 and over.
So I was at a bad stage in my life, and my life was a bit upside down, and I had nowhere to turn after separating from my wife, trying to set up a business and keep that going, and just generally trying to get a house sorted out and all that sort of stuff. Spoke to my doctor, then put me in touch with someone else, who then got in touch with Jackie at Rise to see if she would be able to take me on as one of her clients to kind of help with stuff like that. Massively helped me. It's got my life back together and just got me through a stage that I didn't think I would ever get through by myself. Just helping with just everything, pointing me in the right direction, putting me in touch with people who could help me with other issues that I had that Jackie couldn't help with. So she got me in touch with those sort of people as well, and just really helped me from the start. I've got a clear head now. I've got everything set out going forward. I've got plans, keeping on top of everything. Because everything's been tidied up, I just need to keep that going, and I found it a lot easier to do it that way.
That key worker has had a significant impact in the area, and there's a lot of different benefits that have come from that. The fact that the key worker has been able to engage with a group of males, a group of individuals in that area, to kind of build that relationship and build that rapport with them has been really vital. I'm really proud of the partnership that we have with Rise, and we've had it for a number of years now. The reality is we're all wanting the same thing, and that is to improve the quality of life of individuals within our communities. we also want to make sure that it's hard as possible for other individuals to exploit, manipulate, or actually take advantage of our most vulnerable. And with that, I think we have a lot of shared agendas. So RISE is around obviously improving health, lifestyle, mental health, and overall well-being. If we have healthy and more engaged and kind of more vibrant communities, that makes those communities harder to be exploited and manipulated by others. So there's some real synergy there. The key worker role with RISE is hopefully just one part of this. What we also try to do is we work collaboratively with some of our community work and our community hubs and our networks to look at where we can kind of pool resources, identify shared opportunities, and probably signpost some community groups and individuals to various different resources that are going on within their local areas.